Hello and welcome to This is Private Practice. Today is Wednesday, the 23rd of August. I had to think for a moment. Bit of a sign of there is so much stuff going on in my brain. So this is a short video blog where I like to talk about what it's like, the nitty, the gritty, the down to earth, what it's like to build a group practice and to start off as a solo practitioner and all the things and the stuff that happen along the day-to-day journey. Because as we're all aware, we love to feel motivated and inspired and encouraged, but not every day is like that. Not every day is like that for us. It's not like that for our clients. And I don't think enough of the not so good stuff gets talked about with perspective. Don't want to be a moaner and a groaner, but I do want to share truth and reality. And it's my goal that these videos actually help people feel normalized, that they're doing okay, and where they see need or growth or opportunities to learn, that they'll actually feel encouraged and inspired to go and ask for help. Even if it's not from me, but actually feel encouraged and inspired to ask for help. So I've been on the road again today. So that's 2 days in a row. I did another assessment in somebody's home today. Yeah, that's really poor planning. And guess what? I'm doing another one tomorrow and I'm traveling tomorrow. That's shocking planning for me. How did it come to that? Because I worked so hard at reducing my clinical client load and making sure that I had the time and the energy invested in managing and marketing, because that's what my business needed me to do, was to really focus on management and marketing. So what happened? Well, I'm going to share with you a little bit about me. Work is my safe place. When I'm feeling out of control or like things aren't good in the world, if I'm feeling a sense of general unease, if I feel like that naughty self-talk in the back of my mind telling me I'm not good enough, I'll go to work. I've done that ever since I was a kid. Yes, it's family stuff. I know where it comes from. I know why it's there. But I go to work, and I thought that I'd really apprehended it. But it's interesting how every time we do something new, every time we grow, we expand, we get a little bit uncomfortable to build our capacity in what we're doing, some of those behaviors will come back again and they resurface. They're almost primal in us. They've been around for a really long time. These behaviors in me have been around for probably 40 years. So I've learnt them really well. So for me, going to work makes me feel like I'm in control. That sense of contribution and doing something for someone else somehow makes me feel like it's all okay. And I know it legitimizes for me not having to think about the stuff that's uncomfortable and difficult, because I just get busy. So I took on a couple of clients and we've had some reassessments come back. So that's part of the course. Anyone who works in rehabilitation who tries to pitch themselves as being proactive is kind of fooling themselves, because in this line of work, we actually can't do anything until somebody else has already done stuff. So we have to wait until people are well enough to work, which means they need to have recovered, which means they have to have been sick, ill, injured in the first place. Then we have to wait for medical approval. Then we have to wait for funding approval. So proactivity for me is like, what? So it's really hard for us to space out and gauge exactly when volume of work is going to come in, because reassessments or quick assessments or new things or clients fall over, or emotionally, physically, socially, we need to be prepared and ready to go. But we earn income by billing the time we spend with clients. So if we don't have our time billable, then we don't earn an income. But then we need to have capacity to be able to help our clients if they have a need. So it's this really fine line of juggle. And we at Purple Co, we are very committed to providing excellent and quality customer service. So whether that's a client or a customer, we want to jump on that need. And I know my team will turn themselves inside out to help somebody. It's rare that we will leave somebody hanging. And if we do, it's for good reason. But we don't leave people hanging. We'll find a solution to that problem. So what happened for me is I was feeling really unsure about myself. I'm writing a position paper for Purple Co. I'm getting the new website done, and I felt stuck. I didn't know how to move forward with writing this position paper. I got some feedback for some people and they didn't tell me how awesome and wonderful it was. In fact, the response was quite the opposite, and that was really disappointing. And even though I got amazing constructive feedback, which I'm really grateful for, I didn't know what to do with it or how to make things different. So I've found a solution to the problem, and I've got somebody helping me with that so we could push through that. And the website was really annoying me because I felt like this thing was taking so long to get design work done, and we'd worked so hard on getting the functionality and then copywriting, and I felt like I was waiting for other people to do stuff. So I was fairly frustrated and I was feeling out of control. So is it any wonder that I went to work? No, it's no wonder that I went to work. So that's how I've ended up doing 3 assessments this week. And then poor Sophie today had to learn how to help me manage my time as opposed to me hiding all of this extra work I need to do, which is another part of my work addiction behavior. Like, when are we going to do this, Joe? And how are you going to get this done in the timeframes that you've promised your customers? And how are you going to execute this work with your clients if you've taken on too much to do? So that's how I got here today. Fortunately, I trusted my mentor and my husband and Nicola and Sophie enough to have these 4 people in my world going, have you put things in your diary? What have you handed off? What are you doing to stay focused on management and marketing? So I'm really, really grateful to have these amazing people around me who can, that I've learned to trust, and that it's okay for me to have a little bit of a blowout moment and go back to my work addiction behaviors, knowing that I can manage that risk. We caught it early enough. So Sophie can be helping me manage timeframes and helping me manage workloads. And basically I've had to sacrifice some other things like blog posting and other things that I can't quite remember right now to make sure that I can get these clinical reports and do this client intervention. For those of you who are asking, why wouldn't I hand this off to other consultants? Well, that brings me to another problem. I need another consultant, but also it's really hard for somebody else to take on the work when you've established the rapport and you started doing the work with the client. I would feel really uncomfortable with these 3 clients of handing them on to someone else. That would actually be detrimental, and that's a clinical judgment that I've made. In time, when we get to different milestones, I think that can occur, and that's certainly in my thinking. But right now, it's not the right time to hand them on. And I'm really careful about handing clients around, because by the time clients get to work with us, they've usually been pushed from pillar to post, from here to there, and they've had so many different people in their world. The last thing I want to do is just be, another one of those health professionals that leaves me after the first meeting. So that being said, I loved meeting this lady today. She's functioning extremely well for somebody who is as disabled as what she is, which is a horrible word, but she's masking it, and she's got amazing coping strategies in place. And I got to play with a gorgeous dog today. He was beautiful and he was very, very affectionate. That is one of the perks of going and doing home visits, is getting to play with people's puppies and tiny little babies when they let me, but there were no tiny little babies today. So I've written a job ad today, and I've sought some feedback around that, because I really want a great person coming into the Purple Co team, somebody who gets who we are and is a really good fit for this team and wants to do excellent work. So it's been so long since I've needed to actually go out and recruit. I'm so used to people coming to me that was like, I felt really uncertain about putting that job ad together. But I think I've done a good job. I've had some good feedback on it, and I'm looking forward to getting it up on social media and on Seek on the weekend. So private practice today was me living the consequences of the unhealthy work addiction behavior, me really refocusing on what it is that Purple needs of me at the moment, what Purple Co needs of me. I have needs of this business, but it needs me to be the leader, the visionary, the person who knows when to say no, and the person who pulls it all together. And you know what? It might just be at the moment that we've got to put people on a wait list until my team is ready to take on more work, and I need to get okay with that. So this is private practice. I'm looking forward to an evening on my own tonight. Isn't that cool? So I hope you've all had a fabulous day. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, Welcome, good morning, hello, have a fabulous day. For those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, it's after 5 o'clock now, permission to stop. Make sure you've had water to drink today. Make sure you've done some exercise and moved around. And I look forward to talking to you later this week.